Hello students, here in this video we are going to discuss the topic bulk transport from the chapter 1 cell fundamental unit of life of class 9th biology. Okay, so what is bulk transport? Transport of large amount of substances across the plasma membrane is called as bulk transport. As you know, the cells need to take in the substance and to remove the substance from the cell. So there are lots of mechanisms to transport the substance from the cell, and as you know, this is of three types: active transport, passive transport and bulk transport. Here in case of bulk transport, the cells take in and remove or exit the substances in a large amount, okay, and this kind of transport needs energy, it uses energy, and it is of two types. Okay, bulk transport is of two types. First one is endocytosis and the second one is exocytosis. Endocytosis is a kind of bulk transport in which large substances enter the cell without crossing the membrane. Here in this kind of bulk transport, the substances enter the cell, okay, without crossing the cell membrane, and this kind of bulk transport is known as endocytosis. Means when the cell takes in the substance in a large amount, okay, and it involves without crossing the membrane, okay. The substances no need to cross the membrane, they get into the cell via a special method, okay. We will explain, we will study it later. Second kind of bulk transport is known as exocytosis. In exocytosis, exo means X means exit, okay, the process by which large substances exit the cell without crossing the membrane. When the large substances exit from the cell, and that kind of bulk transport is known as exocytosis. Now here endocytosis is further divided into two types. First one is phagocytosis, that is also known as cell eating, and the second one is pinocytosis, that is also known as cell drinking. So what is phagocytosis and what is pinocytosis? So see here, phagocytosis is a kind of endocytosis in which solid substances are ingested into the cell. Okay, here the substances are getting inside the cell, but that substances are in solid form. Okay, when the large substances are in the form of solid and they are getting in by the cell through the process of endocytosis, then that endocytosis is known as phagocytosis, okay, and that's why it is also known as cell eating, okay, because here the substances are solid and they are ingested into the cell. Second one is pinocytosis, and the pinocytosis means cell drinking, means the cells are ingesting the material which are in the liquid form, okay, which are in the liquid form, means the process by which liquid substances are ingested into the cell. That kind of endocytosis is known as pinocytosis. Now we will see the steps involved in the process of endocytosis. Okay, the first step of endocytosis is plasma membrane folds inwards, forming a cavity that fills with the substance needed to take in. First of all, what happens? The plasma membrane start to fold inward. Okay, means they start to invaginate. Okay, what happens here? The plasma membrane start to invaginate, okay, like this. Suppose this is a plasma membrane of a cell, okay, so it starts to invaginate, means it starts to fold inward, okay, and whatever the substances that are that have to get in, they start to fill inside this infolding, invagination, okay. After that, what happens? In the second step, folding of membrane to make vesicle. This membrane further start to infold, again. Okay, so what happens, let's see here. This invagination further proceed to make a deep infolding, okay, like this. This invagination proceeds further and make a deeper invagination, okay, in which the substances are filled. This is the second step. Okay, what happened next? In the next step, this infolding makes a vesicle, makes a pocket-like structure, and it gets detached and pinched off from the membrane. Okay, what happened here? This infolding further invaginate and detached from the cell membrane like this. Okay, and it gets inside the cell. So there are three main steps involved in the endocytosis. First one is to make an invagination in which the required substances are filled, and in the second step this invagination further proceed and becomes a deeper invagination in which the substances are filled, and in the third step what happens here, this invagination completely pinched off from the cell membrane. It detached from the cell membrane and make a vesicle in which the substances are filled which were required to get in. Okay, and this vesicle in which the required material are filled in, that vesicle is known as endosome. And if these substances are solid, so this kind of endocytosis will be known as phagocytosis, and in that case, in the case of phagocytosis, this vesicle will be known as phagosome. And if suppose this kind of endocytosis, the substances are in the liquid form, so in that case the endocytosis will be known as pinocytosis, and this vesicle will be known as pinosome. So here in case of endocytosis, the substances do not cross the plasma membrane. They do not cross the plasma membrane. Instead of that, they make a vesicle in which they packaged up and then they get inside the cell. So they don't cross the plasma membrane. Substances do not cross the plasma membrane in case of endocytosis. Okay. Now we will see the steps involved in the exocytosis. Okay, what is exocytosis? When the large substances exit from the cell without crossing the cell membrane, that is called exocytosis. Means when the substances get outside from the cell. Okay, so what are the steps that are involved in the exocytosis? So the first step is large particles need to leave the cell, are packaged in vesicle. Okay, what happens here in the first step? The substances which are to go outside from the cell, they get packaged into a vesicle. Okay, suppose there is a cell, okay, and there are some substances which are to go outside of the cell, means they have to exit from the cell, so they get packaged into a vesicle. A vesicle will be formed in the first step like this. The substances which are need to go outside from the cell, they will be packaged, they will be filled inside a vesicle. Okay, and in the next step what will happen, this vesicle travel to the cell membrane and fuses with it. Okay, this vesicle will travels towards the cell membrane. Okay, how? Let's see. Okay, suppose there is a cell, and inside that cell there are some substances that have to be move out from the cell. So what will happen here in the second step of exocytosis, these substances will be filled up into the vesicle, and after the formation of vesicle, that vesicle will move towards the cell membrane, and here after reaching near the cell membrane they will fuse together. Okay, the membrane of the vesicle and the membrane of the cell both will fuse together, and in the last step what will happen, the cell releases the particles to the outside of the cell. Okay, like here, see here the membrane of the vesicle and the cell will fuse together, and they will open up towards the outside, and the material will release out from the cell. So these are the steps involved in the process of exocytosis. First one, when the large particles need to leave the cell, they are packaged in the vesicles. Okay, they will get packaged into a vesicle, and in the second step, that vesicle will move towards the cell membrane, and at that time both the membrane of the vesicle and the cell membrane will fuse together, and they will open outside. Okay, and the material will be discharged from the cell. That's how by the process of exocytosis, the cell removes the large molecules, large particles of the substances outside from the cell. Now exocytosis occur in the cell when the cells need to export the substances out of the cell, like they have to release hormone, or they have to remove waste material from the cell, or they want to release any chemical